We're here today with Dr. Bob of Fort Defiance Players and Defiance College to talk about their upcoming musical. Dr. Bob, tell us about We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You. I'm really excited about this show. We Will Rock You is a musical based on the music of Queen, one of the greatest rock groups ever. And they've taken about 20, a few more than 20 of Queen's greatest hits and worked them into a story for this rock musical. And I'm really excited about the chance to direct it and for the community to have an opportunity to see it.
When is the production running?
It's going to be presented at the Defiance Community Auditorium beginning Thursday, October 18th through Sunday, October 21st. Performances are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights at 7:30 and on Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Defiance Community Auditorium.
What is the storyline of the musical?
In order to incorporate Queen's songs, which weren't specifically written for a musical or a particular story, they developed a storyline of a futuristic society that's set many, many, many years in the future, in which all live music has been banned. All musical instruments have been banned, and all live music. And everything is controlled by the government in terms of what is broadcast and what comes through the airwaves, the internet. Everything is controlled by the government, and live music is completely banned. So there was a group of rebels who are aware that live music and instruments were a thing at one time. They don't know a lot about it because it's so far in the distant past and they only know bits and pieces. But they're really interested in trying to reinstitute live music and to get past the government restrictions. So that's the basis of the story, and then they work the Queen songs into that to tell the story of this rebellion and how it works against the government, represented by a corporation called GlobalSoft, who is headed by, don't you know, the Killer Queen, which is one of Queen's biggest hits.
How did you get the rights to produce this show?
Show was initially commissioned through a company in Great Britain, working with Queen, the surviving members of the group, and also with the author of this particular show, the text of it. It was developed as a professional vehicle, which actually played in London for more than 10 years at the Dominion Theatre, and then also was on limited tour throughout the world, including a year that they spent in Las Vegas, and then there was a North American national tour that toured around different areas. Actually was in our area not too awfully long ago in Columbus and Cleveland and Dayton, and also in Detroit. And so then we had to get the rights from them. Interestingly, they made a version of it called Schools Will Rock You that was specifically geared for high schools to perform, which I was very interested in that because I've been directing for Defiance High School for the past several years, and I thought this would be great to do with the high school kids. So I petitioned them for a license to perform this show, and they said no, that all performances by high schools had to be performed within Great Britain. So that cut us out. So I kept contacting them to say, when will it be available in North America? When will it be available? And finally they said, okay, now it's going to be released in North America, but only to high schools that are within 60 miles of where the tour is playing, which would have been Columbus, Cleveland, Detroit, which we are not within 60 miles, so we were not eligible to get the rights to it. So I kept petitioning, and finally, just this past year, they released the rights for colleges and community theaters, as well as high schools, to produce this show. So we were able to obtain the license to do it as a collaboration between the Defiance College and Fort Defiance Players, so that we're able to actually present this musical, finally.
Okay. What goes into making a production successful?
There are actually a lot of elements. We have to start with our design team. So the team that looks at the music, the vocals, instrumentals, choreography, the set design, the direction of the show, lighting, sound equipment, because all the principal characters are body mics, so that has to be mixed to the soundboard to make sure that all of that works. There are a lot of different elements with that work into the overall design and production of the show. And then, of course, beyond that is the promotion of it, so that people are actually aware that the show is going on, know what it's about, know how to get tickets for it, all of those sort of things that play into the overall success of a production.
If you'd like to get tickets, how can you do that?
Actually, they're very easy to obtain. You can obtain tickets by calling our Play line, which is 419-782-PLAY, P-L-A-Y, or you can actually get them online directly without calling anyone. You can just do it anytime that you want through a website called showtix4u.com, which is SHOWTIX, the number 4, the letter U.com, and all of the information is there to get tickets in advance. And also tickets will be available at the door on the evenings of the performances, which are, again, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, October 18th, 19th, and 20th at 7:30, and Sunday afternoon, October 21st at 2 p.m. at the Defiance Community Auditorium.
Good luck with your guys' upcoming musical.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about it. I'm really excited about it, and I hope everybody gets a chance to come see We Will Rock You.
This is Reese Mill reporting for Defiance Digital Media Club. Thank you for coming on as a media event sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
I think it's a good program for students to get involved, help them grow, give them skills, life skills that they can carry on into their adult lives.
What community activities do you support?
We have supported the Defiance High School Band, Ayersville School Sports, Defiance Sports, churches, my church specifically, and we've done benefits for individuals with illness.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for coming on board as a charity event sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
I think it's a great program. I think what you're doing is great, spotlighting businesses and your charitable organizations like your churches, your Ys, things like that.
What other community activities do you support?
Oh gosh, we do a lot with the schools. Defiance, Bryan, Bowling Green, all the schools. Things they need, whether it be food type items or gift cards or financial donations. I'm sure you've even seen us in there serving up free ice cream to students for various events as well. So the schools are a big thing, both public and private. That's where our mainstay really is for donations as well.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
Not a problem, thanks.
Thank you for coming on board as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
Well, I think this program is good for young students wanting to get into the media field, and then also it's good to support local businesses and get their name out there, and to be able to and charities and whatnot to let the community know what else is going on.
What other community activities do you support?
Yes, I support the Rib Fest. We're there every year. Actually, we're the defending champions from last year, so hopefully we can get everybody to come out and support us this year at the Rib Fest. So we really enjoy doing that. This will actually be the 8th year. We actually did the Rib Fest before we even opened Sweetwater. When we were still in construction, we did our first Rib Fest, and it's something fun for a lot of our employees to go out and do, and it's a cool thing for the community, and there's tons of people and good music and just good food.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
No problem.
Thank you for coming on board as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
I think it is a great program, okay? Again, anytime that you can get students out of the classroom and get them, I call it a higher learning or a more engaged learning atmosphere, either out in the business or out in the community, and get them involved in the community. And it really shows and will show off that Defiance really truly is a great place to live.
What other community activities do you support?
Here at the dealership, we have different people that support different things, and they are sponsored by the dealership. We have a person who goes to Rotary. We have another person involved in Zonta. We actually here at the store have 3 volunteer first responders for the Jewell Fire Department, and we also have 2 volunteer firemen for the Jewell Fire Department that come and go whenever they need to during the day.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
You are welcome, and the community is welcome.